Go. This is our 12th Zoom on meal prep on Sundays. So 12 of 12. We started last January. And some of you are brand new and some of you have come every time, and we appreciate everyone. It's been a lot of fun. The whole point is to figure out ways to make certain recipes healthier. We've done seasonal, so it depends on the month. We talk about what recipes that we would typically be having, whether it's July or December, and how can we make them healthier. And I want to say a big thank you to Diane Davis. Diane had this idea and she was just locked in and like, we're doing this every month, even one month when it was like, we could easily have skipped it. But anyway, Diane, I want to thank you for your tenacity and desire to do this. And we've recorded all of them. So if you have an interest in watching any of the ones from the past 11 months, you're welcome to them. And we don't know for sure what we're doing in 22, but we do know one thing for sure, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But so to kick us off, we're going to talk about healthy holiday recipes, ones you're familiar with, and how we can make them slightly healthier. So I have to go back and see, but I had an order here, which I got to go back. Juliana's going first. Okay.
Going first.
Take it away and tell us what you're making or you made.
What I already made. Just came out of the oven, literally. That's why I was late, because I had to go run and grab it out of the oven. So I made spinach artichoke dip, but I made it healthy, meaning that we bypassed the cheese and the dairy and we went to all plant. So I used a mixture of cashews. It says almond milk in the recipe, but I wanted oat milk. And the reason why is it makes it a little creamier. And I added paprika and onion and garlic and made this delicious thing in the blender with nutritional yeast also. So what it is basically, it's making a cheese, basically like an Alfredo almost, you could say, but making it all from plants instead of cheese. And what I did is I did make one difference on our recipe. I did add a little bit of arrowroot. The reason why is I find it's a little thinner without the arrowroot, the recipe I have. And so I always ask 2 tablespoons of arrowroot. You can use cornstarch, whatever you prefer, tapioca starch. One of those are good because it creates the thickening. And then as you can see, this is a half of a batch. The other half of my batch is, guess what? Has plastic wrap on it, as in my deep freeze already for Christmas Day for my family. So all I have to do is take it out ahead of time, defrost it, bake it, and serve it with veggies and some almond crackers that I have.
That's fabulous.
That's good.
It's really easy to make, actually.
And we're going to share the recipes with you all. We're going to put together an email that you'll get the email. So let's keep moving. And if you have questions, though, put them in the chat. We're going to stay and look at the questions afterwards, but we're going to keep moving. So if you have thoughts or questions about what Juliana just shared about her spinach artichoke dip, just hop in the chat, whatever you want to say. All right. So next up is Diane. And Diane is going to share a couple of recipes with us.
I know, I kind of went a little, I told everybody I was going to make 2, and then I kind of went to 2, went to 4, but they're really quick and easy because I left the ingredients behind me. I'm not sure you can see, but everything was like so fast. I was like, I just wanted you all to see the ease of making holiday sweets. And so one was people puppy chow, which means no one even knows in the group. But I want you to see, it's like, you know, when you always go to those Christmas parties, can you guys see it? I'm not showing that I'm a speaker. I'm seeing Mimi for some reason. It looks like I'm not the speaker, but can you kind of see, can you see the puppy? Like it's normally a Chex Mix. Can you kind of see it? Basically, so super easy. It was gluten-free and sugar-free, just basic rice Chex cereal. And so all I did was I got a double boiler. If you have one, if not, it says do a microwave. You do dark chocolate. I gotta get my glasses on. Dark chocolate, almond butter, a little bit of honey, coconut oil, and vanilla extract. And I left it in the bag. And so once you melted all of that, you poured it on the rice check cereal, and then you added our complete, which makes it, and you put it in the Ziploc bag and you shook it up. I was laughing. Of course, my daughter had no idea what shake and bake was, but I remember the commercials on television, shake and bake, and I helped, and she just was like, what are you talking about? But so we put it in here and we shook it up, and I left it so you could see, because it's just stored in here. And it's delicious, you guys. So it's like a perfect party thing to put out, but it's just an extra help of just really good stuff. So then I was thinking, okay, let's keep going kind of Christmassy. And, you know, we're all looking at that big thing of bark, you know, you see it, you buy it all, that chocolate sea salt with almond bark. And so I haven't even broken it up, but can you see it's come out of the freezer? So it's frozen. And so this is just.
Diane, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you get that a little closer to your camera?
Yes.
Everyone can see it. It's beautiful.
It is literally, and it was nothing. Can you see it?
Wow, it looks good.
Okay, so all this was coconut oil. It was our complete. So you're getting 14 plant powder of plants put in, and I melted it. That's all I put. So coconut oil and complete, and I melted it on the stove. Then all I did was pour it in the pot and the pan. I lined it with parchment paper, and then you sprinkle sea salt and almonds and stick it in the freezer. And then you just break it up, and now you can serve it as just chocolate complete bark. So you can get creative and put more things in the bark if you want. But for me, sea salt and almonds and chocolate, I'm really good with it. So that was my next thing. And so then I was like, okay, my kids were all about just energy balls and quick snacks and quick things to eat. So going on kind of with the holiday theme, I did cinnamon spice and everything nice. So these energy balls were on not the chocolate side. So it was cinnamon, honey, almond, cashew butter, a little bit, which was interesting because I've never used rice cereal, but it had a little bit of rice cereal and vanilla extract. And then we put vanilla completed it. And you guys, I was at the beginning, I was a little skeptical, but turned out beautiful. They're like having gingerbread cookies. It's like a little complete ball. So they were really good. And then I finished my little cook-a-thon, which all of this was nothing hard. Like I said, I probably have 12 ingredients for everything I just made and I'm telling you about. And this was, we did muffins. So let me tip the camera. Can you see the muffins? So I did half with blueberries and half with chocolate chip. But you can do this recipe with the vanilla complete or with chocolate complete. So you can make chocolate muffins or vanilla. I just did all vanilla. But this again just has, you can do brown rice flour or almond flour. It has coconut sugar, 2 eggs, and I had cacao, carob chips in it, baking powder. Super easy, almond milk, mix it up, and it was 15 minutes in the oven. So really, really simple, easy to have muffins. So 4 quick things with maybe 6 ingredients.
That looks fabulous. Did you come up with that recipe?
The muffin one?
Yeah.
No, it's actually another Shred-friendly recipe.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, every one of these were all. So every one of them are really one of the easy, quick, but the beauty of the whole thing was they're super fast, super easy, and super healthy.
Yeah. Thank you, Diane. Those look good. I want to try those muffins for sure.
They're good.
Yeah. Well, if you have any questions, you can definitely hop in the chat or if you want to comment. So next up, Jen has some recipes to share with us, which I have a slide to show. So Jen, once you get started, just tell me when, and I will show your slide.
Well, this time of the year, I have girls who, my daughter is 18, and as soon as she turned 16, her car knew exactly how to get to Chick-fil-A without her even having to think about it. So it made me cringe because Chick-fil-A is not the most healthy restaurant. However, they have a peppermint shake, and all my girls love this peppermint shake. So I follow an Instagram account, and I want you guys to check this out because it's a watchdog account called The Food Babe. And Bonnie Hari, she actually, with her mom warriors, were the reason why Kraft macaroni and cheese took out food dyes. So she has a fabulous Instagram account that you learn so much stuff that you probably don't want to know, because then it just kind of bursts your bubble, because things that you think are healthy. But anyway, this peppermint shake, Mimi, if you can put that up in the chat.
Sure.
The slide, this peppermint shake, she shows all of the ingredients. It will blow your mind, guys. It is, I mean, when I saw that, and the ones that are in red actually are known carcinogens. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So what happened?
Oh, okay. Now can you see it?
Yeah, but can we spread it out? Can we make it bigger?
Yeah, I'll make it bigger.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Can everybody see that? And if you can, take a screenshot of it, then you can spread it out a little bit. But there are all the ingredients that are in the Chick-fil-A shake, and there is 93 grams of sugar. I was like, what? Gosh. So of course my girls are not getting the shake this year. They're going to get Mama's shake. So on the other side is my rendition of the peppermint shake, and it actually tastes really good. And so what's in it? Just, you see the ingredients. I used Silk unsweetened almond milk. I used strawberries for color, and then our vanilla complete. So again, you're getting 14 grams of protein and all kinds of plant nutrition. Then I did a little bit of, I started off with an eighth of a teaspoon of peppermint extract, and then I put like 2 more drops, a little bit of vanilla. And again, this is like, just, put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But you don't want to go overboard on the peppermint. And then for brain health, I used a teaspoon of MCT oil, and that's what you see with the orange and white label. And so 12 grams of sugar in this. Used ice, obviously, to make it thick, and it's really good. I would show you the glass, but unfortunately, everybody drank it. They loved it so much. So I thought that was a hit. Way much better for our bodies than that Chick-fil-A shake. Okay, and then the other thing that I made, in our house, we love protein energy balls, and if you've never tried these before, they're so good. I think that Diane, you had some. These are, they're cinnamon breakfast protein balls, okay? So I'm gonna show you, I can't see myself, but can you guys see this? Oh, there we go. I see myself now. Can you see those? Okay, so the ingredients that are in these are almond butter. I use unsweetened almond butter. Rolled oats, gluten-free rolled oats. You put them in a mini Cuisinart, blend them up, or you can even stick them in your blender. Almond flour, cinnamon, pure honey, and then the vanilla complete. And basically you mix it all up in a bowl. You can use your hands if you want to, and then you make them little balls. Now I'll suggest one thing, that if you find it too dry, you can add a little bit more almond butter. And then you can also add a little bit of water. I find water is a little bit, it helps make it less sticky. And then you roll them, and then you just take each ball and you roll them in cinnamon. And I'm not kidding you guys. They taste like, the donut holes that you get like at Dunkin' Donuts, the cinnamon donut holes. I swear they taste like that, but there's so much nutrition in it. So these go in your refrigerator. You just put a little lid on them, and you want a little treat, pop them in your mouth. For breakfast, if it's something on the go, if your kid's on the go or yourself on the go, you're getting all the plant nutrition from the complete. You're getting lots of fiber. You're getting good healthy fat. The cinnamon is really great for your body as well. If you're using pure honey, that is local honey, is really good for just fighting infections. So way better for you than Dunkin' Donuts. That's for sure. All right, that's all I have.
Thank you, Jen. And by the way, you look beautiful tonight.
Oh, well, thank you. I just came from my daughter's Christmas recital, literally like 10 minutes to spare.
There we go. You're living life on the run. Well, good.
But I have my slippers on.
That's awesome. And today, yeah, we relaxed too. My daughter and I went and got a mani-pedi and we ran in the door and got ready for this. Okay, so mine is really simple. Who likes peppermint brownies? Who makes brownies? Who likes to eat peppermint brownies at Christmas time? Well, let me show you this. This is a peppermint brownie. And what is that on top? Those are peppermint chips. And I want to show this to you. Are you all familiar with Lily's? These are Lily's baking chips, and the sweetener is stevia. So it's just so guilt-free. And I actually baked them into the brownies, and then I sprinkled some on top. You guys can see that okay?
Now,
It's
is the peppermint seasonal? Is the peppermint seasonal right
yes,
now?
yes, it's a seasonal item. But now I want to ask, and I'm going to take myself off of speaker so I can see you all. Who knows what the main ingredient would be in these brownies? It's a trick question, y'all, if you don't know. Does anyone know what the main ingredient is in my brownies? Okay, Juliana, I know you know.
I know too, but I'll say nothing.
No, I'll say nothing since I know what the secret ingredient is.
All right, so who wants to guess? It's a healthy thing. Oh, it's not butter or eggs. Does anybody want to?
Can I give a little hint?
Sure.
It's orange.
Oh, well, forget my guess.
Molly, you get points for trying.
There you go.
All right, you guys, it's sweet potatoes.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy or what? I didn't tell my family when I first made them. This is probably my 12th batch because they're the veggiest brownies I've ever made. And it eliminates butter and eggs. Trust me on this. You're going to love this recipe. And you don't have to make it peppermint. You can just make brownies. But I just peel and slice and boil one sweet potato and of course cut it up and mash it in the bowl and add the ingredients, which is almond butter, cacao powder. I use cane sugar. It calls for coconut sugar, a splash of vanilla, a third cup of flour. I use almond flour and that's it. And then I put the chips in. You could put pecans or walnuts in if you wanted to. The house smells heavenly and everyone wants a brownie. So
do not know. I'm going to interrupt you maybe because this recipe, I mean, I make them for my kids. Nobody knows. I mean, this is like the best recipe. It's the best secret. They can have them for breakfast.
oh, yeah. It could be a brownie.
Just don't tell them.
I throw in a package of complete. So my kids just like, can I have a brownie for breakfast? I'm like, sure.
Oh, yeah, you could do that too.
I'm like, you're eating sweet potatoes, you're eating vegetables, go for it, eat it for breakfast. They love it.
Yeah. Well, and the other recipe, which you'll get in the email, I'm not going to show it to you, is you know how Starbucks comes out with the peppermint mocha and a lot of people can't wait for that moment. Well, we have a complete peppermint mocha and it's delicious. Actually, my son made it and he was like, whoa, that's the best shake I've ever made. It's chocolate complete and it is, it calls for coconut oil, but we use MCT oil because it's the medium chain triglycerides, which is basically the oil that's missing in our diet. It is coconut oil, but that's a really good one for you. So if you're not doing MCT, give that a try. It's really good. It called for peppermint extract, but he threw in, and I tried this too, just a little piece of peppermint, like the real deal, like a piece of pepper, like a candy cane, just break off a piece. Mm-hmm. And let's see, almond milk or silk, whatever you want to put in there as far as milk goes, and some crushed ice. And you can do it with the vanilla or you can do it with the chocolate. But we did it with the chocolate complete and it was fabulous. I even took a little spoon and crushed some candy cane and just sprinkled it on top to make it festive. It's delicious. And again, you're getting 14 plants. You're getting, it's just a great substitute for a cold peppermint mocha from Starbucks. So try those and tell us what you think. Let us know when you try these recipes, all of them. Let us know what you think because we're all trying to do our best, and none of us are perfect, but we're trying to do things a little bit healthier. So that has been really fun. And then what we want to transition into for the last part of this is we want to talk about healthy resets. And all these recipes that we've shared are part of and work well with a healthy reset. So in January, we're going to do that. So I am going to turn it over to, who am I turning it over to? Is it you, Jen? No, you're doing the
Juliana.
Juliana.
Juliana is going to do it. Go, Juliana.
Okay, I'm so excited. I get to share with you about our Shred 10, our 10 principles of what we do. I've been shredding for 9 years and I absolutely love shredding. You kind of go, wait, does that mean I get to shred 10 pounds in 10 days? No. I wish, but that's not the way it is, because this is about lifestyle. This is not about get rich quick schemes of weight loss. What we want to do is create a lifestyle that you can live with. So the 10 principles are something that you can start doing, some of them right now, or maybe you're already doing some of them and don't even realize it. So our very first principle, and these are the things we want to add into our healthy lifestyle. And sorry, I have them on my other computer screen, so I may be looking over. Our first one is we want to add more plants by eating our Juice Plus capsules and chewables, and also adding more fruits and vegetables into our daily diet, meaning half your plate at every meal should be raw fruits and veggies. 2, we want to add in at least 1 to 2 of our complete shakes every day, because we know there's 14 plants nutritions in there that are going to help you to get more plants that are going to be healthier for you and your lifestyle. 3, plenty of water. Honestly, we all need to drink more water, and usually we overeat because we're just really thirsty. Our fourth one is we want to take 10 deep breaths every day, and we want to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. 5, we want to exercise most days. 3 to 4 days a week is a good place to start. Of course, you can talk to Diane over there, who's our workout queen, and she might say something different. But for somebody that's not working out at all, you're going to start at a different level. If you are working out, we want to take it up a notch or 2. Okay, if we want to reduce or eliminate, we are going to go to caffeine and alcohol as number 6. The reason why is everything that I'm about to tell you, these next 5 ones, are all things that create inflammation in our body. And inflammation is what creates disease. So we want to reduce or eliminate these from our lifestyle. Number 7, eating after 6 p.m. Wait a minute, that's not inflammation, but I'm going to tell you, your body needs time to rest for it to function by breaking down that food so you can actually get proper sleep. And if you eat too late at night, your body's still functioning, trying to break down that food instead of your body winding down and sleeping so it can rest and get the full sleep it needs for recovery. Okay, number 8, processed foods. Reality is all food to some extent has some processing to it. We're talking about those really heavy processed foods like your luncheon meats, fast foods, things that come in a box or a can. Those are the ones we want to try to eliminate, because those are ones that really are full of salts, sugars, and excess things that our body doesn't know how to deal with. Okay, number 9, dairy and gluten. And then number 10, artificial and refined sugars. So you're looking at all this going, Juliana, you want me to do all 10 of those? And I say, no. I want you to figure out which ones you're already doing. And I want you to ask, what is one more that you could commit to in January to help you get into a healthy lifestyle? Or maybe you want to commit to more than one. That's okay. Everybody's going to come in at a different place, and you're going to find out what fits for your lifestyle so you can start taking that right step in 2022 to healthier you. And I'll just finish real quick, and then I'm going to hand it back over to Mimi. The thing I found with Shred is that since I've been doing it for 9 years, a year ago, my lovely friend Molly challenged me, because I was like, I don't understand. I've done the Shred. I've done so good with it. I feel better, all this stuff, but I've never lost the weight that I've wanted to. I've seen little increments down, but I have never seen that big jump. Well, I was part of the Clean Plate Society growing up, and as an adult, I was still a part of that fan. And I decided that that's not really always the healthy. We do need healthy calories, but we also need to know how many healthy calories. You can be calorie deficient, or you can be calorie overload, surplus. I had to find out what was right for my body so that I could rev my metabolism up, but I also could cut down on too much excess so that I could get the right amount in so my body could lose the weight. I'm happy to say I started that last November, and in 4 months, I lost 20 pounds just by adding that in to what I was already doing with the shred. So it is possible to reach whatever goal you want with your shred, but you got to talk with the person that invited you to figure out what that is and what you want to do. So I'm going to hand it back to Mimi.
Leanna, thank you. I loved hearing all about the shred, and we will put that in the email too with all the guidelines she mentioned. But I love your being very open, vulnerable, and telling us about what you had to tweak to make it successful for you. Because I know you're not the only one. I mean, I mentioned to you earlier, I said this earlier, but I found too, I was just eating too much quantity wise of the good things. So that does make a difference. And I've seen a difference too for me. So I'm excited for January to be doing these shreds. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. And Diane, or Jen, maybe we'll go back to Jen, then we'll finish with you, Diane. Jen, can you tell us what what your experience has been and what you've noticed about the shred?
It was so interesting because, I'm a health and mindset coach. And so for me, I was doing similar things with my clients, but I love that it's very specific, right? It shows you the things that you should be adding, the things you should be cutting back on, the things you should be eliminating. It's right there in front of you. And then you get the opportunity. If like Juliana said, if you don't do it all, it's okay. It's like, there's a saying, Robin Sharma, love him. And he says, it's the small daily habits that you do every day that lead to the big transformation. So what the shred is, and I just love about it, is that it is about lifestyle, like Juliana said. Will the weight come off eventually? For most people, when you are cleaning out your diet, that's what happens. The body starts letting go of the things that it's been holding on to. And that's one of the things I love about it. And so, every time I shred, I'm like, well, what is it? Because I, a lot of this is my lifestyle now, but it's because it's years and years. But my biggest issue is sugar. And especially this time of the year. And so in January, I do my best not to eat it, but come on, cookies and cakes and all kinds of fun things at parties. You can't say no all the time. So it just feels really good to start off again at that 10-day, being able to just get rid of that get it out of your system and just feel how much better you feel. That's one of the things I love about it. And then, the thing about it is that it's there, that the guidelines are there. You could start whenever you feel like you fall back, you go right back to it, right? And then over time, what I've experienced and what a lot of my clients and customers have experienced is that they just start adopting these guidelines. And then the next thing you know, they're so much healthier because of it.
Oh, I love that, Jen. You're talking about a lifestyle. You're talking about eating better because you want to.
Absolutely.
And that's wonderful. I love that. And I've experienced that too. And just briefly for me, it's really along the lines of what Juliana said. I did a shred before Thanksgiving just this year. And I lost about 3 pounds, which was enough to get me encouraged to keep going. But it was Thanksgiving. So, I took a little break. And then I just noticed I wasn't so hungry and I ate less portion wise, and I kept really good mindful eating habits. I think that's what really helped me, was being mindful of everything I was actually putting in my mouth versus just grabbing something. And I had a goal. Well, I still do have a goal, but I've lost a few more pounds. But that was what I wanted, was to go back to that eating lifestyle And like Jen mentioned, those pounds just naturally come off that we don't need. So I feel better. My clothes fit better. That's a lot of fun. And now it's Christmas. So my next challenge, because I love sugar too, and my whole family does. So Diane, what do you love about the shred?
For me, I love, there's so many things I love about the shred. I've been in this industry of health and fitness and nutrition for 30 years and, been health coaching and training people and fitness and personally doing stuff. And I love that it's a jumpstart every month, that you have a 10-day option. And I'm not a dieter, never have been. I don't like that structure. So I find failure when you get put in a box that you have to diet. And I think it's such a doable thing for people to say it's a 10-day way to reset, that you're adding good. So it's an add good versus saying it's such a thing that you have to go, oh my gosh, it's so many things you can't do. And so if you look at it as adding good, the more you add good to your body, the better you start to feel. And anybody can do anything for 10 days. So you can pull sugar out, even if you're a sugar addict and love it. And for me, I love coffee. So, and what I love about the shred is you don't have to be perfect about it. So I like coffee in the morning, at night, but if I'm shredding, and I'm honest, I don't get rid of coffee. So I still have my 1 cup in the morning, but I don't have my cup in the evening. And the perfect thing about shred is you don't have to be perfect about it, but it's leveling up your health to get a little bit better. It's saying, okay, I'm going to try to be more purposeful. I never, as my friend Lori's on here, I've never slept 7 to 8 hours in my life unless I'm sick. But if I'm shredding for 10 days, I'm really purposeful, saying, okay, lock it down an extra hour earlier and see and let my body have more repair and sleep a little bit better. And what happens is if you find that you do this for 12 months, maybe you're not great at it every single month, but if you're putting a habit in every month, you're going to start finding that it is a nice reset, that you're going to start feeling better and you will naturally develop that lifestyle. So it, to me, doesn't make me feel like I'm on a diet. And so it is a nice way to jumpstart. And how easy is it for 3 seconds? You can check number 1 off the fastest way. If you throw in 30 fruits and vegetables by a 3-second pop 8 capsules in and you're done, that's the best check off of the day. You've already done the easiest thing you've done to help your nutrition, but power of plants. So that's like number 1. How easy can that be? That's success in 10 days. That's quick and easy. So for me, I go, and I'm not a big get up in the morning and eat. So if I put in my capsules and I know I've had water and I've taken those in, then I know I'm starting the day off really with a lot of nutrition. Then if I in the midday go, okay, I'm going to put in a smoothie, and sometimes I don't want a smoothie, but if I say right now, my big thing is bowls because I like ice cream. So I'm really hooked on smoothie bowls because I want to feel like I'm eating a big bowl of ice cream. So I'm making these big, yummy smoothie bowls every day instead of a shake because I'm kind of tired of shakes. So like right now, my fix is a big chocolate smoothie bowl, but it's like I'm eating a big bowl of ice cream every day. So for me, I'm like every day, I'm happy I'm eating that. My kids keep going, you're having another bowl? I'm like, yes, it's like I'm having dessert in the middle of the day. But I find that I'm not hungry. It fills me up. I'm a huge exerciser, so my energy level's high. And after I work out, I take another shaker, throw it in with just a little almond milk, and then I have a lot of recovery. Don't feel like my energy for the rest of the night. It's like great refuel. So I feel like people, everybody's gonna, you see on it, everybody's hitting, come join this cleanse, come join this cleanse. And what I really love about our shred is it's not come join this to come lose weight. It's come join us to learn how to adapt to be healthy. And if anything, Jen and I have talked about being health coaches enough. We're really saying, come on this journey so that you learn how to be a healthy person, not to go diet for this time. And then in 6 months, we see that you've eaten your way back in and all your habits are bad again. So that's my take on it. I love it because you just get better at life. So I know I talk too long, but I always talk too long. I use my hands and I talk too long.
always, but that's okay. That's one of the things we love about you, Diane.
Think about this, fuel yourself for success and retrain your palate. If you can just tell yourself that in your brain, fuel for success, and how do you fuel that? That's power of nutrition. And then retrain your body and your palate, because if you can retrain that, then you're going to fuel yourself for success. And it's a nice circle that'll just keep you leveling up your health.
Absolutely.
I'm
Well,
done.
and you know, too, one of the things I want to say is if we can start thinking about food as information. So every time we consume something, we have to ask ourselves, is this going to help our bodies function properly, our brain, our heart, or, you know, every aspect of our bodies? And if you can ask yourself that, and it's, you know, of course it's a practice, but if you ask yourself that, you can say yes or no to it. You know, you may say no, but you still want to eat it, right? And that's okay. But again, having these guidelines and starting to just, you know, start tackling some of them, and not the word tackle, that's not the right word, but just adopting them into your life, then over time, it becomes the lifestyle. You'll find that you just feel better. You want, you know, we all want to live healthy lives, right? And so putting food day in and day out, food that is not really serving our bodies, it's over time, the body does get inflamed, and that's where chronic diseases begin. So this is, you know, we're a community, and that's the thing that I didn't get to say, I didn't think of saying, but one of the things that I love about this program is that you have accountability from a community of people that are doing the same thing you're doing. And when you look at studies around when you have goals, when you have accountability partners, people that you don't just speak it that I'm going to do it, but you have somebody alongside watching you and, you know, just cheering you on and holding you accountable, your chances of reaching those goals are 95%. So to me, that's the shred is going to be starting. We're going to be doing it at the beginning of January. And here's the deal. We're going to start every Monday, meaning if the 3rd works for you, great. If not, do it the 10th. If not, the 17th or the 24th, any of those, right? But then there's the other thing is maybe you started on the 3rd and you could have a party or something to go to and you drank some wine. Start back up on the 10th, right? Or the next day. To me, this is not about like, oh, well, I started it on the 10th and I screwed up. So I am just going to I'm just going to eat normally the rest of the week. No. So just, know that you can start and stop, but you're working towards the bigger picture of health, right? So I'm excited. I hope that you guys join us. I would say we've got a call that we're going to do that we're going to go more in depth on the shred on the 29th. Mimi, have we come up with a time?
We will have that coming out soon. It's going
Okay.
to be probably like mid-morning. I know there's many time zones represented here, but we will probably do it. Let's say from Pacific. I know we discussed it. I don't know if we
I think we said 9 Pacific, didn't we?
9 Pacific.
Yeah.
Noon Eastern, 11 Central.
And if you can't make the call, we will record it. And of course, whoever's invited you to come, we just stay connected with us, right? Our biggest goal for 2022 for everyone that's in the call and any of your friends is to take your health to another level. Because the bottom line is that if we don't have our health, what do we have? And that's what we're here for as this healthy living community. We want people to take their healthy back, right? And it all begins with what we're putting in our mouth. It really does.
Fuel for success.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we can stop now, but if anyone wants to stay on and just unmute yourself and ask questions, I'm happy